This is Renelle, and welcome to Quality Hang with Rod Brooks and Friends. And here he is now, your host, my main man, Rod Brooks.
Thank you very much, Renelle. I am Rod Brooks, and welcome everyone to Quality Hang. And as always, I'm joined on this broadcasting adventure by my friend, my partner in crime, the co-host of Quality Hang. And damn it, he's your friend too. He is Marcus Osborne. What, dog? How you doing?
I am very, very well. I'm just trying to get used to this schizophrenic weather where it's raining one day and hot the next day.
But
you hear me?
It's because you're betwixt in between because you don't know what fly outfit to wear. Let's just keep it a buck. It's about like, you know, do I go with the pullover sweater? Do I go with the cardigan? Do I hit him with the corduroy jacket? Do I go sans jacket? This like just be real with the people. The changes in weather just puts a crimp in how you gonna stunt on them hoes at work. Am I wrong?
You are not wrong, because hoes need to be stunted upon.
Oh man, it's so excited today to pass along some information. We'll get to it, but as always, we start the show by thanking our presenting sponsor, our day one. They've been with us from the beginning. Dean Biersch and the fine folks at Hop Monk Taverns, 3 locations to choose from: Sonoma, Sebastopol, and in Novato. And at all 3 locations, they all do the same great things. Fantastic food from a wildly diverse menu, fantastic craft beer selection, and they do live entertainment in the Bay Area better than anyone, because at all 3 locations, not only do you have touring acts from around the country to stop by at the Novato, Sebastopol, and Sonoma shops, but it's a place for local artists to see and be seen, and not just musicians, comedians, what have you. It's a place for local folks to go and hang out, and local folks to show how talented they are. So to see what they have coming up live entertainment wise, check them out online at hopmug.com. Follow them on all the socials, or just stop in to one of their 3 locations in Sonoma, Sebastopol, and in Novato. I didn't mean to rush through that, but I'm so excited to tell you folks what I was finally able to get done today. Started this show for a variety of reasons. First and foremost, started this show to talk to my friends, and we started Quality Hang, Marcus and I. It started a few days after Will Smith slapped Chris Rock. Everybody, of course, went crazy about that, and we were like, we should do, like, we talked about it on the phone, and we were like, we should do a show. So that's how Quality Hang first started. We just did an audio podcast at the beginning and did that for, I don't know, a couple of years, God knows how many episodes, and then that eventually morphed into what we have right now, which is Quality Hang with Rod Brooks and Friends. And the reason it is called Quality Hang with Rod Brooks and Friends, because this is just a very flimsy excuse for me to hang out and talk with my friends, whether it's Marcus or having a chance. Bob Fitzgerald was the first guest on the inaugural episode of Quality Hang a year ago in April. Matt Mayoko, Amy Trask, just again, this is just a chance for me to hang out and talk with my friend. And it was also a chance to make some new friends. Having a chance to get to know Roy Wood Jr. and having him on the show. And by the way, you can check out those past episodes on our YouTube channel. But having a chance to get to know Roy Wood Jr., comedian, you see him on CNN, published author now, really funny guy, really good guy, really deep dude as well. But wouldn't have known that if I didn't have the chance to talk to him on this show. But it's not just
radio dude.
Yeah, radio guy, absolutely, man, from Birmingham, and that's why we connected. That's why we clicked, having that sort of that radio base, that radio soul. But getting to know Robert Ford, the play-by-play voice for the Astros, but his dad, Rocky Ford, used to work for Billboard magazine, and he's the guy who basically he reported for Billboard about this new DJ scene going on in the Bronx. It was the beginning of hip hop. Like the play-by-play guy for the Astros, his father basically was the one who documented the beginning of hip hop and exposed the masses to it. And he got to know Curtis Blow, and he was Curtis Blow's manager and wrote some of Curtis Blow's big songs like The Breaks and Basketball and Christmas Rapping. You know, getting to know Robert Ford and getting to know that story has been one of the most fun things I've done on this show. Getting to know Greg Renhoff and talking about Van Halen with Greg. That's been a big part of what I wanted to do, and it's been fun. But the main reason to do this, other than hanging out with Marcus and my friends, is I wanted to talk to people that made a big impact on my life.
Mm-hmm.
And I got a chance to talk to someone today who's one of the biggest people, who's made a really big impact on my life. I had a chance to interview Vernon Reid today, dog. I had a chance to interview Vernon Reid, the founder and guitarist for Living Colour. I had a chance to talk to him today. We talked for almost an hour and a half. And as you can tell by the shit-eating grin on my face, I loved every minute of it. Come on, dog. Come on.
I know this is one you've been trying to get for a minute.
It's been a year. It's been a year. And, you know, it just started with the DM on Twitter. I followed him on Twitter first years ago. And he followed me back. I don't remember when it was, but it was more than a year ago. And we've had some, you know, friendly I would call them discussions, but we would talk as you can, as much as you can on Twitter. And so when we started the show, you know, just kind of as I did explaining what I wanted to do with it, he's one of the first, you know, big, like I said, people who influenced me that I DM'd, and he said, sure, but it's, you know, he's obviously got a busy schedule and going back and forth. And so a couple of weeks ago, we were finally able to nail down a date and time, and showed up right on time. And of course, after a few technical glitches we had to figure out, thanks StreamYard. Man, we had a fantastic conversation, and it was so good. And I just want to give you a little taste of it. Everybody knows the beginning to Living Colour's most famous song, and that of course being Cult Personality. And the beginning of it with Malcolm X, you know, his famous voice and his famous words. Come to find out, it wasn't supposed to be Malcolm X at the beginning of that song. And Vernon Reid, it was almost divine intervention that he was able to make that pivot to have that iconic opening to that iconic song.
Free at last. Thank God Almighty, we're free at last. The King Foundation, they wanted money that we didn't have. It was going to bust the budget. So then, you know, I was dejected. You know, I'm walking around Harlem. You know, I was uptown, and you know, it was on 125th Street. And there was a brother selling cassettes, and he had, you know, I literally walked past him. He said, in the few moments we have left, let's talk right down to earth in a language that everybody here can easily understand. I literally heard that phrase, and that was from Street Speech to the Grassroots, and I bought the cassette. And then come to find out that my first wife went to school with one of Malcolm's daughters. That's crazy. You know, I mean, and she used to come, and you know, Malak Shabazz used to come to CBGB's. So there's all of this
connective tissue. This is crazy. Come on.
It's crazy. It really is.
Bruh. That's just a part of an hour and 20-minute conversation. We were only supposed to go an hour, and it just kept going. He just kept flowing. It was so much fun. You know, they say don't meet your heroes. Completely wrong about that. It depends on the hero, and having a chance to meet, albeit, you know, in a disembodied way, but to have a chance to meet with Vernon Reid and talk with Vernon Reid, and he was just so sharing and so giving. Dog, my feet haven't touched the ground since I talked to him this afternoon.
He is such he's one of the folks who I always think of, like if I was ever going to do a musical documentary, because he is such a musical historian and I respect his perspective and opinion so much. Him, Chuck D, guys like that, they have to be a part of it. I love hearing him talk about stuff.
He's telling stories about the first concert he saw was Parliament. And then he eventually ends up on stage and playing and getting to know George Clinton, getting to know Curtis Mayfield. He just, keep going on. His dad went to go see Malcolm X speak at the Audubon Ballroom, but he didn't tell Vernon about it. He kept it to himself. And then you fast forward.
What is he, 62, 63, 64?
Early 60s. Yeah. I mean, he's walking musical. He saw the beginning of hip hop. You know what I mean? Crazy, right? He saw it. He was
at ground zero.
He was the ground zero growing up in Brooklyn, and obviously being all over New York, while playing rock music. Obviously his connection with Mick Jagger. Mick Jagger, just got to use this term, discovered Living Colour. Told the record companies, hey, listen, this is a group you should sign. They went on tour with the Rolling Stones. Mick Jagger, he produced a couple of songs on their first album, Vivid. And that's just the tip of the iceberg as far as Vernon Reid was concerned. So I'm as you could tell, so excited and so appreciative of Vernon's time and his willingness to share as much as he did. And I'm so excited to bring this to you. Got to do a little editing, got to clean some things up. So more than likely, we'll drop the entire interview on you next week. We'll give you heads up. But yeah, your boy had a chance to talk to one of his heroes. Your boy had a chance to talk to Vernon fucking Reid. And I could not be more excited.
He's a big Prince fan too. So,
Oh yeah. So there you go. There's the big announcement.
That's awesome.
Quality Hang with Vernon Reid. We'll drop it on you next week.
Can't wait.
Yeah. So now, Chuck D, you have become my new white whale. So
let's get
Chuck
it.
D, just saying, brother. We got Roy Wood Jr. We got Vernon Reid in the mix. Chuck, where you at, baby? We got to get you in the mix, and I'm pretty sure we're gonna be able to do that here. Hopefully, it doesn't take a year.
Nah, we can get Chuck. We almost had him that time.
We did.
Almost had him.
We did. He wriggled off the hook. We almost had him, but we can almost have him once. I'm pretty sure we can get him. So yeah, I think it's gonna happen. And then we get Chuck D in the mix. We get Too Short. I'd like to get Scarface in the mix. But it all started with Vernon Reid. So thanks to Vernon Reid for his time. It was so cool. So cool.
Yeah, I love it.
Can't believe we did it. Cannot believe we did it. Let's get to a couple of sports things here. We'll get to the Warriors as they are now at the half against the Cleveland Cavaliers. I mean, at this point, and we've talked about this, Marcus, at this point, these games don't matter. The Warriors are locked into the play-in. They don't have enough time and they don't have enough firepower to get up to that 7th seed, and they cannot out-tank the tankers. So the Warriors are locked into that 9-10 playoff game, and now it becomes a matter of when does Steph Curry comes back. The should he come back? I think that question has been answered. It's just a matter of when. Last night, Steph got in a very good lather before the game, doing his usual pregame routine. Obviously, he did not play. Same thing tonight, but Anthony Slater reported earlier today that Steph finished up another practice at the Warriors, another scrimmage, I should say, at the Warriors practice facility. Steve Kerr watched it, said, quote, "Looks like Steph Curry, not officially cleared for the game Sunday, but a final decision will be made tomorrow." I'm just going ahead and say it right now. Steph's coming back. And Marcus, of course, Steph is going to come back Sunday and play against the Rockets.
Yeah.
Because of course he is. I don't know if that's by accident or I don't know if that's by design, but of course Steph is going to come back against the Rockets, the team that he's just ripped their heart out, shown it to him, and then shot it from 27 feet away and made a three.
It's funny, dude. I don't really think of Steph versus the Rockets that often until you mention. I'm going, yeah, he has had some moments against the Rockets over the past decade.
Yeah,
and I get why Houston would fucking hate him at this point. But he's a hard dude to hate.
Well, I tell you this right now: in Houston and in Oklahoma City, it might not be that nasty vitriolic hate, but they don't like him. No. There's a great amount of respect, but as far as like liking him, nah.
Can we talk about Houston a second?
Sure, of course we can.
This is to me just a fascinating team, and maybe it is because they don't have a point guard, but I just can't get over the fact that I feel like this team should be much more dominant than they are. And I don't know if it's the Kevin Durant thing. I keep hearing rumors about Kevin really not mixing in with the young guys that much. There's also been some questions about the coaching of the team and whether they spend too much time sort of posturing and playing tough guy as opposed to just playing the game, and whether that is a reflection of Ime's personality. I don't know. It's a weird team. I'm curious what your perspective is about them.
Well, I mean, clearly they're a better team than they were last year, just simply having Kevin Durant there. But for the Rockets, when you take Kevin Durant out of the mix, and it's hard to do that because he plays, I think he's top 3 in minutes. You know, he plays close to 40 minutes a game, 38, if I'm remembering, if we're going to be exact about it. So there's not a lot of non-Kevin Durant minutes. Kevin Durant's on the floor. Clearly, they're a better basketball team. When Kevin Durant is not on the floor, the Rockets look like the Rockets from last year. And what was the Rockets' big problem last year? They couldn't shoot. They couldn't score. They couldn't score. Their only real outside shooting is Kevin Durant and Reed Sheppard. Once you get beyond that, Amen Thompson, he can't shoot. Tari Eason, he can't shoot. Şengün is not considered to be an outside threat. So for the Rockets, it's can they get out to a big enough lead to where two acute problems that they have won't become problems? And those acute problems are, how do you score when Kevin Durant's not on the floor? Really 3 problems. How do you score when Kevin Durant's not on the floor? How do you score when Reed Sheppard is not on the floor? And how do they get any offense? And I'm talking any, without having a point guard. If I think about the game that they just played, the Rockets did a couple of nights against the Knicks. They got out to such a big lead to where even when the Knicks cut it to single digits, it wasn't enough to get the Rockets in a blender. Then they were able to get back out to a big lead, and then basically the game was over from that point. The fourth quarter, for all intents and purposes, was non-competitive for the Warriors coming up on Sunday against the Rockets. The main thing is going to be keeping that game close enough in the fourth quarter to where the non-Durant minutes, however many there are in the fourth quarter, can be problematic for the Rockets, and keeping that game close enough to where them not having a point guard, somebody who can get the ball to the right person, mainly Kevin Durant or Reed Sheppard, but keeping that game close enough in the fourth quarter to where the Rockets' lack of a point guard becomes acute and problematic. And that's what the Warriors have been able to do. That's what they were able to do in the last game. So it's going to be interesting to see how the Warriors attack him. And, you know, the Rockets have been playing well as of late, but your flaws and what you do well, but your flaws especially are highlighted the bigger the moment is. Yep. And the Rockets' flaws clearly are similar to what they had last year. And their main flaw, again, is just not having a point guard.
It's going to be interesting to see what Porzingis is able to do as well.
Yeah, this will be the first game that he's played against, against the Rockets, but as a Warrior. So.
Yeah, they're a fascinating team. I'm like, because I picked them to actually go to the finals this year. I feel like adding Kevin Durant was the last ingredient that they needed, and weird that it just doesn't feel like they've been as dominant as I expected them to be.
No. And the Lakers, they're starting to surge. I mean, really, it's hard for me to just not look at Oklahoma City and San Antonio and still the Nuggets until proven otherwise. I don't think people give the Nuggets nearly enough credit for how good they are.
As long as they got Joker, they can beat anybody.
Exactly. And so I have a hard time getting beyond those three teams, particularly OKC and Denver. I have a hard time getting beyond those three teams and go, and there's some other teams that can beat them. I'm trying to keep the Laker hater in me at bay when I think about them and I talk about them. But you can't deny that they're playing good basketball right now, and it's hard not to think of them as a possible danger team as we are closing in on the playoffs. And once we get in the playoffs, but they say for what it's worth, you want to peak at the right time. You want to be playing your best basketball at the right time. I don't think it's out of the realm. It's crazy to say that the Lakers are playing their best basketball at the absolute best right time, with the exception, of course, it being the playoffs.
I think the Lakers are looking good right now. I think that in single game stuff, regular season stuff, they'll be fine.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't know if that team. I think that's fool's gold. I don't think that they can beat anybody in a 7-game series.
I don't think that they're better. I don't think they're better than the Nuggets.
No,
I mean, if they see the Rockets, they could get the Rockets for sure.
They can compete
in my book. Yeah. Oh yeah.
I think the Rockets' youth wear them out. I don't think Luka. I don't believe in Luka.
But who's gonna for the Rockets in this hypothetical but entirely possible scenario? Who on the Rockets is going to make Luka work defensively? Nobody.
Well, but I guess
he's not going to guard Durant. He's not going to guard Reed Shepherd. Who on that Rockets team is going to make Luka work defensively? Who on that Rockets team going to give him buckets?
I think anybody.
Nah.
I think anybody on the Rockets can give Luka buckets. The question is,
I would love to believe that. It's if they could put Luka on Amen Thompson. Now, Amen's going to try to run him for sure, but he's not going to hit him from the outside. He's not going to hit him with a post-up game. He's not going to hit him, with the flurry of offensive moves or an offensive display. He ain't going to get in his bag, as the young Thundercats out there say right now. Athletically, yes, Amen Thompson is a problem, but they'll try to target him, but they don't have enough firepower to target him. That's the problem. I'm saying this as a fan of the Rockets and somebody who analyzes basketball for a living. There's not anybody on that team that they could put out there and make Luka guard him and make Luka work. Not a person.
Yeah. I don't see the Lakers winning a 7-game series in the postseason.
I mean, I'd like for you to be right. And
I look at him, I'm like, this. I don't see that. LeBron is too old. I don't think he's going to hold up for a 7-game series.
I mean, but you look at the way that he's played over the last few months, where he clearly
he's LeBron. I would never take that away from him. He is LeBron James, and literally the best player we've seen in the past 25 years. Won't take that away from him, but I just think that the Rockets, being such a much younger team, I think that they can give him some action at the beginning. But I think if that series goes on, they just get worn out.
I think the divide between us is, and I'm not saying this to be a jerk. I've watched more Rockets basketball than you.
Yeah.
and I know them intimately, almost on a molecular level. I'm telling you, you giving them cats way too much credit.
I guess I don't want to give the Lakers too much credit.
And I don't want to either.
I don't see them.
Nothing
don't
makes
see
me
that
feel
team.
good about saying the Lakers, saying good things about the Lakers. Absolutely nothing makes me feel good about that.
I don't see that team as a team that's going to beat anybody in a 7-game series. I guess that's my feeling about them. I don't think that they're good enough. I think they're good enough to win games in the regular season. Yeah. I think if they had to play any of these top 4 teams in the playoffs, I don't know if they got it.
I hope you're right. I hope I'm wrong. And here's the great thing about it: we are only a few regular season games away and a few days on the calendar away, a couple of weeks, I guess, to be fair, away from
Amen.
all of these questions being answered, and maybe some new questions being presented to us. But we are getting down to it, and the most important thing out here in the Bay is that Steph Curry is going to get at least one more bite at the apple. And whether you want the Warriors to tank, which they're not going to do, you want the Warriors to get lottery picks. If you're looking forward to next year, I might disagree with you. I understand it, but I think we can all agree. If you are a Warrior fan, clearly, if you're a Steph Curry fan, if you're a basketball fan, Steph Curry playing basketball is best for everybody involved. Well,
Amen.
I guess with the exception of the Rockets.
I mean, I actually don't think Steph is going to play a lot. I think they might have him on a minutes restriction just to get him warmed up because they can't move up.
Yeah, I mean, clearly he's going to use, because I forget how many games. I lost you there on my end. I was just going to say, I forget how many games are left in the regular season from the Rockets game all the way until the end of the regular season. It might be four, maybe five at the most. Let's see if I can look it up here in a second. Yeah. So I don't. He may be on a minutes restriction. He may not be on a minutes restriction. But clearly, the timing of this is to ramp him up so he can play heavy minutes in two play-in games, the two it would take for them to get into the playoffs. And then obviously once you get into the playoffs, there are not going to be any back-to-backs. Matter of fact, we know how goofy it can be in the first round. You could go three. What was it last year? I know it was because of a playoff before Valkyrie's game, but what was it? 4 days in between playoff games for the Warriors. I forget if it was the series against the Rockets or if it was in the Minnesota series, but we know that there are no back-to-backs and you can have multiple days in between games. So, the Warriors have always been smart in terms of how they deal with players coming off of injury and how they get those guys ready for big minutes and big moments. And clearly they are going to be very smart and very careful with Steph. Remember, and it wasn't that long ago. Matter of fact, it was last week. Remember when, Marcus, that there were folks who thought that the San Francisco Giants would not only lose every game of the season, go 0-162, but they would not score a run in the process of going 0-162. That clearly is not happening. Giants were unable to get the sweep yesterday against the Padres, but they did win the series. And the Giants bats, which really started to wake up in that third game against the Yankees to open the season, where the Giants only scored, I believe, 1 run, but they did have 7 hits in the process. They went to San Diego. The bats came alive because they saw pitching that was definitely gettable and hittable. And it's the same scenario tonight. The Giants are seeing pitching against the Mets that is hittable and gettable, and they have just gotten out to the end of the 5th at Oracle Park. Giants on top of the Mets 6-2, and Ramos with a couple of runs on a hit. Luis Arraez, who is hitting 346 in his very young season, doing exactly what they brought him in here to do. He's got a couple of hits and an RBI and scored a couple of runs in 3 at-bats. Matt Chapman continues to swing a hot bat. He's got a couple of hits and 3 at-bats and an RBI. Casey Schmidt, the GOAT yesterday, and not GOAT in a good way. Even though the official score did take that error away from him and give it to Matt Chapman. Casey Schmidt with an RBI on a couple of hits. Daniel Susac, catcher for the Giants, making his major league debut. He's got a couple of hits and 2 at-bats. So everything looking good for the Giants right now offensively. Robbie Ray is keeping this Mets lineup at bay, and Ray has given up 3 hits and 2 runs and walked 3 over the course of 5 innings, but he has struck out 7. So, Marcus, the Giants, to me, the Giants are doing exactly what I thought they would do. Then this was before the season opener series against the Yankees, during and even after. This is a Giants team that's going to hit. The question is, What do they have pitching wise? Do they have enough depth in their rotation? And do they have a good enough bullpen? I think the rotation question still remains to be seen, even though Landon Roop's his first start of the season was very good. But I think very early, the bullpen is, I think, going to be one of the strengths of this team, or at least at minimum, it's not going to be a weakness of this team. So if you could score, as I think the Giants will, and as that they've proven, unless they're seeing excellent pitching as they did the first couple of games against the Yankees with Schlitter and Max Fried, Giants go score some runs, and I think they have a good enough bullpen to where they can keep competitors at bay for sure.
I have not seen much of the game. How are they playing defensively?
That's going to be the problem, and that was the problem yesterday. I haven't seen anything egregious. I do not believe that they have committed an error tonight. Nope, the Mets are the only one that's committed an error. So yeah, for the Giants, clearly defensively is going to be one of their issues. But I do think that because they have enough offense, and I think because of the pitching they have, particularly in their bullpen, I think you cannot win the requisite number of games if you're kicking the ball around. All right, everybody knows that. But I think they don't have to be perfect defensively, because they are going to be better offensively compared to where they were last year. Because I do believe they have the pitching, particularly bullpen-wise, to, if any mistake is made in the field, they have enough guys on the mound who should be able to cover up any deficiencies that might crop up defensively. So that's going to be something to watch for sure. I just think they're going to be a little bit better defensively than people are willing to give them credit for now, but the proof is in the pudding. We got to see it. And I just think pitching wise, they're going to be able to overcome whatever defensive lapses they have, provided, of course, it's just not something goofy.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, my hopes are not high for the Giants. I think that they will probably end up at 500, but that's just me. But everybody else feels like they should be in the postseason this year. We shall see.
We shall see.
Hey, we were talking about the new ABS system.
Yeah.
The other day. And the more I thought about it, how much I liked it and how much I kind of enjoyed seeing these guys get humiliated. But I thought about it, I'm like, you know what? We will never see the called third strike flare up again with the manager running out of the dugout or the catcher going crazy or the pitcher going crazy, and then they just get ejected.
Yeah.
Like, that's done.
Yeah.
We're never going to see it again.
The days of Earl Weaver and Lou Piniella and
Willie Martin became a star because of that.
Bobby Cox. Who am I missing?
Billy Martin, Tony La Russa.
Yeah. The days of the manager just having a conniption fit. That might be the only thing more dead than managers getting thrown out, arguing, because you can't argue balls and strikes anyway.
You can't.
But a manager, arguing fair or foul, arguing safe or out. The only thing more dead than that in baseball is the hit and run.
Oh my God,
it's gone. It's gone. And listen, I'm not going to say that I didn't enjoy Tony La Russa losing, or I should say Tommy Lasorda losing his mind and then getting thrown out. I absolutely enjoyed it. But you know what? I don't need my time wasted. I don't. And that's what it was. It was grown men having temper tantrums and wasting everybody's time.
I felt like that if I had that every now and then, that made me feel good. Got the juices going. Love.
You're just an agent of chaos, is what you are.
I am, dude. I realize it so much more now. I just like shit being stirred, and I'm gonna miss a dude pulling up home plate and just throwing that shit across. That is great.
Hal McRae.
Great.
I think of him pulling up a base and then chucking it across the field. It's funny, when Lou Piniella did it, everybody's like, "Oh, look, it's fiery Lou Piniella." When Hal McRae did it, like, "Oh, look at the angry black man." Like, you can't control your temper. Like, wait, it's the same goddamn thing. What are we talking about? But no, that's over.
It's leadership.
Yeah, but it's like fighting in hockey. Just obviously like fighting in the NBA. It's been legislated out, and while yes. When you see it, or when you talk about it, like, oh, I miss it, I get it, but hey, man,
well, let's
just play the damn game.
Here's the thing: I wouldn't miss it in hoop if they actually ever did anything. But they don't do nothing.
No, don't nobody want to drop them dogs. No.
Hockey, they know before the game starts, before they drop the puck.
Yeah,
I'm about to go fight so and so.
Yeah, you want to go? Is
give me
the main question in
minutes.
hockey? You want to go? And by the way, you can't say no to that.
You can't.
No.
You can't.
It's a rhetorical question for sure. Imagine asking a rhetorical question before you start swinging bows with somebody. That's the most hilarious thing of all time. You're asking a question that literally you don't expect to be answered, and it has no answer basically. And then you guys start fighting. It's crazy.
Like you said, you can't say no. You can't be like, no, not really. I prefer not to.
No, no. I didn't come here to fight. Like, you want to go? And them gloves better be coming off your hands, because if not, his are already off. And you about to catch these beats. Oh yeah. You are about to catch.
Hey, shout out Beat LA 74. I'm glad you like the Vanity 6. I do too.
Oh yeah.
13-year-old me love Vanity 6.
Yeah, we shouldn't have been singing along to that stuff back when we were kids. We shouldn't have been singing along to that. We shouldn't have been singing along to Nasty Girl and Do Me Baby. I mean, we did. But we shouldn't have been singing along to that.
By the way, it's so much worse now.
Oh, without a doubt. Yeah. I mean, what is Sexy Red's song? What is it? F My Baby Daddy?
Oh man.
So
what she had with Bruno Mars? Oh my God, I forgot.
So bad. So bad. I didn't get the videos. And I kind of don't want to kick a man when he's down. Please tell me you saw the body cam footage of Tiger Woods.
Did I?
Bro, you had
it early this morning, boy.
Oh, okay. All right.
Come on now.
Yo, son.
Come on now. What are we doing?
Flip his car in the middle of the street because he is zooted out of his mind. And what does he say? I was on the phone, or he was he was on the phone when he turned the car over. But as the cops are talking to him and getting ready to arrest him, he says, I'm on the phone with the president. And there's a word that I want to use that I will not use because we are in polite and mixed company. Yeah. But please.
Yeah.
Yo, son. And then he's in the back of the cop car with the dope fiend nod, just Tiger Woods with the dope fiend lean.
Oh my God. Well, he's banging his niece, right?
Yeah, he banging one of them scallywags.
Yeah. That's why he got that number.
Yeah. And you would think that guy would have other things to do than
pick
up a phone call from a guy who's
he don't. I heard today, no, not today, last week. Apparently, dude's personal phone number is really easy to get if you're in the press.
I mean, every reporter in Washington and a bunch outside of it have it.
It's crazy.
Yeah, you could just dial up.
It's
you
crazy.
just dial up. Yeah, it's wild. And apparently, the first, like Tiger Woods, like we were talking about this last week. Tiger Woods' problem is, well, one of his many problems is, but the reason he has these problems is because he ain't got no people. He ain't got no boys, right? And, the damn show can't call his ex-wife. Unfortunately, his pop's sitting around. And did you see the documentary on HBO about Tiger Woods?
Of course.
Okay, yeah. So watching that documentary, like, oh, this makes sense.
Yeah.
What his old man was doing while he was teaching Tiger the game, he was teaching Tiger the game of golf, and then he was teaching him the game. If you catch what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Wink.
And his wife knew.
And his wife knew. Yeah. So. He ain't got no boys. Can't call his ex-wife. She don't want to talk to him. Dad's not here. Unfortunately, really can't call his mama. Like, he ain't got nobody to call. So who does he call when he gets in trouble? Now, clearly, this is what you do when you feel like you can play this card, and this is what famous rich people do. the first person he calls after he rolls his car is the fucking president.
Yeah.
What kind of bizarro world are we living in right now?
I mean, it really is weird, right? When we talk about like guys like Tiger Woods, they always seem to be like weirdos to me, and not in a necessarily a bad way, just a weirdo. Like if you're a dude,
Awkward. He's awkward.
and it's socially awkward,
He's Steve Urkel with 5 green jackets.
and you have no like you say, you have no boys, you have no
Ain't
friends,
no people.
even people like even if you don't hang out with everybody all the time.
Yeah.
Most of us have somebody we know we can pick up the phone.
Yeah.
And say, yo, here's what's going on. He ain't got none of that.
I mean, listen, let's keep it a buck. I'm not even going to be at the scene of the crime. Now, clearly, fleeing the scene of an accident, probably in Florida, is a felony, right? I'm not saying that this is right, but the last thing you're going to catch me doing is hiding in the bushes.
No.
Waiting for the cops to show up. I'm calling my homeboys.
Yep.
Come pick me up. I'm gonna be at the stop and rob down the street.
Yep.
Come pick me up. Damn this Land Rover. I'm gonna let my lawyer take care of it.
That's right.
No,
You definitely hide in the bushes when you this. Oh, you don't want no cop pulling up. No,
man. They as high as he was on all the prescription drugs he was on, you wouldn't have never caught me at the scene of that accident. Oh no. No. Absolutely.
Pull up
not.
Jason Kidd. You just get up out of there, and then you deal with the consequences later.
Not happening. 9-7, the New York Mets 2 in the bottom of the 6th inning as they keep it going. Let me give you a Warriors update here as quickly as I possibly can before we get to on this date. And the best thing that I have seen today, Warriors taking on the Cleveland Cavaliers down at Chase. So we got ourselves a contest, 74-72, 3:30 left to go in the third quarter. The Cavaliers up by a scant 2 points. Let's do some on this date, shall we? On this date in 1976, the mighty Led Zeppelin dropped their 7th album, Presence. Zeppelin dropped, there we go, their 7th album, Presence. Achilles' Last Stand, Nobody's Fault But Mine. Yeah, Nobody's Fault But Mine is on that album. For Your Life is on that album. When people talk about Led's albums, Presence is, it's going to be the last one that they talk about, or it doesn't come up at all. There were 2 more after Presence, In Through the Outdoor and Coda. But me being a Led Zeppelin fan, yeah, there are Zeppelin albums that I love. I think are better, but Presence, I'm a fan.
Yeah, I actually probably I would say over the last 20 years or so, I've come to appreciate Led Zeppelin so much more than I did when I was a kid. I really like such a distinct sound.
Mm-hmm.
And it really takes only a few notes, and you know, oh, this is a Led Zeppelin song.
Yeah, it just takes a little bit of hearing John Bonham beating the shit out of drums.
You get him drunk,
song coming up. Oh, I'm familiar with that sound. That's the sound of a madman playing the drums. Yeah. On this date, April 2nd, Led Zeppelin released their 7th album, Presence, in 1976. On this date in 1978, Dallas premiered on CBS. You can hear the music now, can't you?
Absolutely.
You can hear that disco theme now,
Absolutely.
can't you?
10 o'clock on a Friday night.
Yes, sir.
Dallas comes on.
Oh, man. Is J.R. Ewing the most known, for lack of a better way of putting it, villain in television history?
I mean, for us Gen Xers, probably he's got to be near the top.
Mm-hmm.
It's got to be near the top. I think for the last couple of generations, it's probably somebody else.
like somebody on Game of Thrones or some shit like that.
Absolutely, it's probably like the White Walkers or something like that.
Yeah,
or Darth Vader is still like an all-time villain, but
that's movies. I'm saying
movies.
TV. Yeah, but nobody's beating Darth Vader.
Yeah,
nobody.
But I think for TV, for us,
yeah,
dude, you can't get much more villainous than J.R. Ewing. This motherfucker, dude, there was an entire country trying to find out who killed him.
Yes.
Or who shot him, I should say.
Yeah, and people were genuinely excited that a fictional television character caught a hot one and was hoping that he would die.
Yeah. They weren't mad that he was shot. They wanted to just congratulate the person who shot him.
Right.
Exactly. It's gonna be a national standing ovation.
And I'm sure you were like me, as a kid growing up in the 80s. You watched reruns of I Dream of Jeannie, right? Of
course I did.
And absolutely. So he was Major Anthony Nelson, if I'm remembering. It's amazing the shit I can remember. Yes, his name was Major Anthony Nelson. And he was the put upon caretaker for Jeannie. Yeah. And he seemed like a nice guy, right? Yeah. The mind trip that was for me as a kid to be like, that's the guy from I Dream of Jeannie? Yeah. Like, he was so nice in that show with the lady who lived in the bottle and wore the funny pink pajamas. And now, like, why is he so mean? Why does everybody hate him? Like, my tiny little brain and my tiny little head just simply could not understand how one could go from being such a nice guy on television to being such a horrible person on television. But that was J.R. Ewing. Yeah, man. He was clearly a great actor. Larry Hagman, that was great actor. Great actor. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Clearly great. And he played the hell out of that JR role. Yeah. Even if you watch it now, I'm like, this dude is villainous. He's mean as a rattlesnake. Just a horrible, horrible character. But think about it. You know who's a villain? Stringer Bell. I hate that motherfucker. Yeah. I hate that dude. Yeah. But but what takes the thing about Stringer Bell was he was just so stupid. Well, he thought he was smart. He was a lot smarter than he thought he was. Like that's while he was clearly a bad guy, a bad character, and a villain. I couldn't see him as truly villainous. Like with JR, if you go back and you watch his old Dallas episodes, he was a terrible person, but he was very smart, very cunning. Right? Yes. Stringer Bell wasn't. He was just a bad dude who thought he was a lot smarter than he was. And he found out that he wasn't that smart. Why he got shot by Brother Muzan. You know what I mean? He was such a wannabe. He wanted to be Mr. Businessman, hot shot. Yeah. So he loved white folks the way they got down. He wanted to be like that, but you can't do that. He dreamed to be J.R. Ewing. Yeah. Dreamed of it. And just intellectually was not capable of doing that. So there you go. Dallas premiered on this date, 1978. Ran until, and I thought it ran until only the mid 80s. Dallas ran on CBS until 1991. On this date in 2001, the great Ichiro Suzuki made his debut, and Ichiro became the first Japanese-born position player to play in the majors. Made his debut against the then Oakland Athletics. Ichiro in that game went 2 for 5 on his way to a career lifetime batting average of .311. Nice. I don't know if we'll ever see that again, and if we do, we might not be around to see it. But you can see on the screen that Ichiro's accolades. Ichiro was a bad dude, and he was nice. He could hit, he could run like the wind, and what a lot of people didn't know, because his game didn't call for it or wasn't needed. Ichiro had power. He had some power. Yeah. Ichiro had sneaky pop, and if Ichiro played today, Ichiro's hitting you 30+ home runs a season, along with all the stolen bases, along with his ability to put bat on ball and beat out infield ground balls. Yeah, dude, that's one of the things that's really fascinating to me is how original leadoff hitters, how many of them really did have some decent power, and they would probably be hitting 25 to 40. Ricky Henderson could probably hit 40 home runs. Oh yeah.
Ricky Henderson, if he had wanted to, he
at minimum 30. At minimum.
Yeah, I mean, his average would suffer. His on base percentage would probably suffer.
Mm-hmm.
He'd probably strike out more, which is not what Ricky wanted to do. But he could definitely get you them home runs.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
You know what? Can I just say this?
Please.
Shohei Ohtani, is he on his way to being the greatest player of all time? Because it's really different. So I don't know. My homeboy who used to play for the Giants, Brian Johnson. We got into this debate.
Like, name dropper.
But I'm telling you why. Because
my homeboy Brian Johnson, who's the only architect of one of the most famous swings in Giants history. Yes, I know who he is.
I'm only saying that because it's very specific that he was the person who was saying it. 5 years ago, we got into a debate and he was telling me Shohei Ohtani is the greatest player of all time. And I'm like, no, man, no. And now I'm like, you know what? This dude played. He watches. He scouted. Maybe he knows what the hell he's talking about. Because
the talent's undeniable. The last thing with Ohtani, because what he doesn't have, he's got the championships, obviously, and championships are a team accomplishment. But clearly, Shohei Ohtani has had a lot to do with the Dodgers winning back-to-back World Series over these last couple of years. Cy Youngs, MVPs. So he's got the hardware. He's got the accolades. He's got the championships. What he doesn't have is the longevity. And we know how important longevity is in Major League Baseball. That's the reason why Hank Aaron was able to hit 755 home runs. That's why Barry Bonds was able to hit 762. I forget how many home runs it was total. Pete Rose was able to play for 30 years, and that's how he was able to amass, 4,100 plus hits. If Ichiro keeps playing at the level he's playing at now, or even if it drops just a little bit, hitting and pitching, if he does that for a decade, it's damn near impossible not to say that he is the greatest of all time. The only thing he does not have is longevity.
Yep.
Everything else, talent is undeniable. Changing the game, if you will, undeniable. Him singularly as a pitcher, undeniable. As a hitter, undeniable. Again, winning, major awards, MVP, Cy Young, don't get no more major than that. It's undeniable. If he continues all-star appearances, I don't know if he has any Gold Gloves. Maybe he does.
I don't think he does.
Does he have Silver Slugger? I don't know. He probably has one of those, but he's got the big ones. You keep doing that stuff year in, year out, and you do it for a decade or more, like some of the greats I mentioned and ones I didn't mention. You in the conversation, and you might, if you're calling the roll on who's the greatest player of all time, it's not a whole lot of names before you will eventually get to Shohei Ohtani, if you're not at that point already.
Is he year 7?
I forget exactly, but that sounds about right.
I mean, yeah, dude,
that sounds about right.
It's actually becoming scary, like how easy it is. That's what's crazy to me.
Yeah,
baseball's not an easy game.
No,
and he makes it look easy.
No. He is, to me, the comparison. It's not even a baseball comparison, because other than Babe Ruth, who we didn't see, there is no comparison to Shohei Ohtani. To me, the comparison, in you saying how easy Ohtani makes the game look, to me, the comparison is Steph. How easy Steph makes the game look, and how you've never seen anything like Steph. Yep. Never seen anything like Ohtani. Again, two completely different sports. I understand that.
Dom says it's year 9 for Ohtani.
Is it year 9? I mean, if he keeps this up at year 15 plus, I mean, it won't hurt me to say that he's the greatest of all time.
I mean, it's gonna be tough to argue against him.
I wonder if
at this level is insane.
As I think about it, it's crazy, but I wonder if he's going to have to have a significant milestone record under his belt. You know what I mean? Where he's not going to have 7 no-hitters like Nolan Ryan. They love records. Exactly. Right. You know, is he going to break Bonds' home run record? Probably not.
Because he doesn't have any 20-win seasons, does he? I don't think he does.
I don't know. But I mean, that nobody values wins anymore, which is crazy. It just popped into my head. If he breaks the single season home run record, which 72 is a lot, it's going to be hard to do. I mean, nobody's gotten close. You know, Judge is the closest we've gotten, you know, with him hitting, 62, 63, whatever it was a couple of years ago. But if Ohtani breaks the single season home run record, along with the longevity that I mentioned, and I think he needs to get to, then to me, it's a no-brainer. Then to me, he's the greatest of all time. Sure. Yeah. I don't, you know, he's not going to break Ricky's stolen base record single season or total because nobody steals bases anymore.
That would be
he
insane,
could if he wanted to, or they wanted him to. Yeah, exactly.
That would be insane.
That would be insane.
If this dude went 70 1 year, that would be insane.
Yeah, he went 70 1 year. Just shut it down. Absolutely shut it down. So there you go. On this date, April 2nd, Led Zeppelin released their 7th album in 1976. Presence. Dallas premiered on CBS in 1978. And the great Ichiro Suzuki, pictured here, made his Major League debut as the first Japanese-born position player to play in Major League Baseball on this date in 2001. There you go for On This Date. We wrap up every show with the best thing that I have seen today, something that I found while scouring the internets, and it became the best thing that I've seen today. And I show it to you in hopes that it becomes the best thing that you will have seen today. I mean, it's real easy, and I hope that StreamYard cooperates this time. Grandmothers hooping. Grandmothers playing basketball. It's the best thing that I have seen today. Here we go. All right, we'll start back here. Karen with the entry pass. Big Mama. Big Mama with the fake. The ball. And Big Mama with well, she didn't have any spatial awareness, but she's got a sweet jumper. All right, what else we got here? All right. Maud looking she was actually going to go with the granny shot, but she's got off the dribble. She gets it to Big Mama down in the post, but Big Mama, can't make them all, but Big Mama with the rebound. Offensive rebound by Big Mama, but she gets the entry pass down low to Maud for 2. Come on, baby. Grandmother basketball. That's the best thing that I have seen today. Wow. Big Mama with the handles. Big Mama with the wet jumper. Big Mama with the court vision. Doing. What can she not do?
They know what they
Come on, big with the ball fake. Come on. And the style. Again, lack of spatial awareness, but she's 65, 70 years old. What are you gonna do? She can't do it all.
I want to see somebody get that push off.
But look at Maud. Maud thought about it, and she was gonna hit it with the Rick Barry granny shot. But she went with the left hand down to Big Mama, who got the green light, misses it, offensive rebound. The key,
back in. Nice play.
Come on, man. Let me tell you something.
She knew she was going to get the double team when she stepped out the key. Got a man open with her gravity, turned around, hit her up under the basket. It's sweet.
Dog, that Big Mama Maud 2-man game is unstoppable. What you going to do with it? What you going to do?
Versago said, I miss the real grandmama.
Come on, the mama from That's My Mama, along with Maud from CBS's Maud. There's nothing you can do to stop these two. It is an unbeatable combination.
Fake. Turned her head the whole night. Boom.
That's terrible defense, though. I mean, I don't know why Gladys had her back turned. I mean, that's terrible defense. I don't care if you are 75 years old. If you're going to be on the court, damn it, play defense. You don't play defense with your back.
Edna with the entry pass. Boom.
Gertrude with the high post pass. Gertrude with the pass into the high post.
Okay, Gertie. All right, Gert.
So there you go. Grandmother basketball. That is the best thing that I've seen today.
That's fantastic.
So there you go. It's short and show, but just want to let folks know again, if you're joining us late, had a chance to talk to somebody I wanted to talk to for a long time, somebody that I've long admired, somebody who, his art has been very important to me. I mean, really, since I was a sophomore in high school. Junior in high school. The great Vernon Reid was nice enough to join me for a conversation that I recorded earlier today, and going to drop that on you at some point in time next week. But again, I just want to publicly thank Vernon for his time. We've been going back and forth trying to coordinate schedules and coordinate a time, and we were actually able to do it today. And we were supposed to talk for an hour. We ended up talking for an hour and a half. Probably could have gone longer, but just want to again thank him publicly and let you know that we will drop that on you next week. And we are getting close to our 100th episode, so maybe just maybe my conversation with Vernon Reid, the founder and guitarist for Living Colour, one of the greatest bands of all time, that should be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, by the way, that might end up being our 100th episode, or maybe our anniversary episode, as our 1 year anniversary is coming up here at some point in April. I forget exactly. So we'll give you a heads up as to when the Vernon Reid interview will air in full. And again, just want to thank Vernon for his time. It was Marcus, again, as you can tell, man, I am absolutely buzzing. It was a thrill of a lifetime to talk to someone who has been very important to me in terms of what he has done as a musician and an artist.
Love it. That's awesome.
Yeah, man. Pretty cool. And as we said earlier, okay, Chuck D, you're next.
Yeah, Chuck, get up.
All right. We got Vernon Reid. Chuck D, where you at? Got to get you on Quality Hang. Before we get on up out of here, we'd like to thank our presenting sponsor, the fine folks at Hop Monk Taverns. 3 locations to choose from: Sonoma, Sebastopol, and in Novato. Follow them online at hopmonk.com. Check them out on all the socials. Definitely check them out in person, again, in Sonoma, Sebastopol, or in Novato. All right, my brother, how about we do this again on Monday? What do you say?
Let's do it, baby.
All right, everyone, thank you very much for joining us, all the Quality Hangers in the chat. We love that you guys have crafted a community, he tried to say in English, and we appreciate your support of Quality Hang. We love you guys so very much. Have yourself a fantastic rest of your evening. Have yourselves a fantastic weekend. We will see you on Monday, and as always, be good and be good at it. We'll see you. Bye.